theists and theists, theists and theists, and atheists have all gone around and around on the subject of biblical interpretation. And while the title of this video might lead one to anticipate quotes from biblical scholars and famous theologians, I'm afraid you may be disappointed. You see, regardless of the verses under discussion, someone will invariably say it should or shouldn't be taken literally, that it's a metaphor, parable, allegory, poetry, or what have you. In my opinion, biblical interpretation is just mental masturbation. If an omniscient creator of the universe inspired men to write down his most important message to humanity with the desire that his creation come to know him, why in the world should it be so vague and self-contradictory that it could be open to fallible human interpretation? The biblical text is open to interpretation by every individual on the planet, so it can literally be interpreted in billions of different ways. And it is. And frankly, I don't give one raw fuck how moderates try to sugarcoat their ancient text to align it with modern science and moral values. Because the fact is that for centuries, it's been used to justify bigotry, persecution, slavery, genital mutilation, murder, genocide, and the retardation of medical, educational, cultural, and scientific advancement. No matter how thin you slice it, at its core is Yahweh.
The God of the Old Testament is arguably the most unpleasant character in all fiction. Jealous and proud of it, a petty, unjust, unforgiving control freak, a vindictive, bloodthirsty ethnic cleanser, a misogynistic, homophobic, racist, infanticidal, genocidal, filicidal, pestilential, megalomaniacal, sadomasochistic, capriciously malevolent bully.
Arguing over the correct interpretation of the Bronze Age bullshit in the Bible is about as enlightening as debating over Humpty Dumpty. I mean, think about it. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't put Humpty back together again? It makes you wonder what level of medical skill equines of that historical period had, and why it proved inadequate to perform reconstructive surgery on an egg. Look, I know there are a lot of wonderful moderate Christians out there who disregard the hateful and barbaric bits of the scripture and don't try to force their beliefs onto others or into public policy. But if you are one of those moderate Christians and you think that your happy and loving interpretation is the right one, you're missing the point. Your so-called holy book can just as easily be interpreted to justify bigotry, misogyny, and homophobia, and it is. There wouldn't even be a moderate interpretation of the Bible if not for secular society keeping your fundamentalist fringe in check. God knows moderates don't. But if you are a Christian moderate who interprets global genocide to be the action of an all-loving God,
error.